Robbinsdale-based North Memorial Health is coping with the loss of a nurse and one of its helicopter pilots following a crash early Friday morning in Brainerd. The crash of a North Memorial Health helicopter occurred in foggy conditions at around 1 in the morning on Friday. A third crew member was injured and taken to a hospital in Brainerd. No patients were on board. As we went to air, their names had not yet been released. The FAA and National Transportation Safety Board have been called in to investigate the cause of the crash. Meanwhile, North Memorial Health has reached a tentative deal on a new 3-year contract with the union representing the organization's nurses. According to the president of the Minnesota Nurses Association, a couple of key issues impacting nurses were addressed in the agreement. The nurses would be able to complete mandatory education in person rather than online to prevent them from juggling patient care. Another is nurses would be protected from retaliation if they miss a break during their shift. North nurses would also receive the same workplace violence protections and pay raises offered to nurses at other Twin Cities hospitals. North nurses will vote whether to approve the agreement on Tuesday. A road closure this weekend will impact drivers in southeast Plymouth. Access to Medicine Lake Drive heading north from Highway 55 westbound will be closed. The closure will last until 5 a.m. Monday. Highway 55 west will remain open. There are detour signs posted to get to Medicine Lake Drive. A first-of-its-kind event Thursday night in Hartkoff Park brought Brooklyn Park City Hall to the people.
This is a great opportunity for the community to come together and learn all they can about the inner workings of our community.
Exactly. So as you can see, we have a lot of kids, we have a lot of games, we have a lot of activities.
After the city received feedback that getting to city meetings and events can be tough when you have a job or kids, the city created this event as a way to make city services mobile. Different departments and entities like the Hennepin County Library and Fire Department set up booths to connect with residents. One resident we spoke with says it's more convenient than going to City Hall.
I thought it was really cool seeing where when your places are going to be assessed and different properties, because I had no idea, like knowing when my neighborhood was going to have that happen.
And if you missed Thursday night's event, there are 2 other city halls on the go planned for this summer in Oak Grove Park and Norwood Park. And we have more details on that on our website, ccxmedia.org. Brooklyn Parks DMV will receive $111,000 from the state. The City Council approved accepting the money as a small consolation for the challenges posed by the state's MNLARS system. That's the technology used for processing vehicle licensing. Each licensing office will be reimbursed some state money based on the number of transactions between 2014 and 2015. By accepting the grant, the city agrees to waive the state's liability, meaning the city won't be able to go back and ask the state for more money. The state is buying and developing an entirely new system to replace MNLARS. Our late April snowstorm is a distant memory now, but it pushed back a favorite farm activity until this week. Neil Persley takes us to a place where you can go pluck your summer desserts in today's Weekend Showcase.
Every year we look forward to this.
The wait is finally over. Strawberries are here.
You're busy for a morning.
Yeah, it's just gonna get busier.
Yeah.
And in the case of fresh, juicy strawberries at Bowers Berry Farm,
beautiful,
the early bird gets the berry.
There's tons of berries.
We purchased like 40,000 plants to do 5 acres. That's a ballpark figure.
Nancy and Bill Bauer provide an excellent berry picking experience, but it doesn't happen without a small army of young workers.
We hire teenagers that are fairly young and can't get a job at Target and Walmart, and they're eager beavers.
I'm gonna start you right here on this aisle.
Ethan Osmondson is an 8-year berry farm veteran.
This aisle and that aisle there.
Okay.
Pick on both sides of you, so both halfway into the row on either side. Start here, move down that way. When you're done, go ahead and give us a wave. We're gonna mark where you stop.
So our age range is 14 to 20. And the 20-year-olds is somebody that started as a 14-year-old. They're very valuable. They have another second job, but they work us in.
Hey there, how are you?
Good.
Great. So when you're ready, that guy over there in the orange vest will show you where to get started.
If you're looking for a well-run berry patch with plenty of juicy, yummy, succulent strawberries and something that the whole family can enjoy, you found it right here at Bowers Berry Farm. You said it, sister. From Bowers Berry Farm in Champlin, Neil Persley, CCX News.
Bowers Berry Farm opens at 8 a.m. each day, and it remains open until the berries for the day are gone. So get them while you can. Next week will be the trip of a lifetime for many vocalists from our area.
We're going to France, and particularly Normandy and Paris. We're celebrating the 75th anniversary of D-Day, and we're also celebrating our 25th anniversary with Partners in Praise Girls Choir.
The Partners in Praise Choir performed their Bon Voyage concert in Robbinsdale on Thursday night. This year, the All-Metro Choir will sing at a wreath-laying ceremony in Normandy on Independence Day. The opportunity to sing in Normandy served as a catalyst for many of the women to talk with their family members who are also veterans.
My grandfather is a veteran of World War II, so it'll be really cool to represent him there in Normandy.
I have a lot of veterans in my family, and my great-grandpa fought in World War II, and so I think it will get really emotional.
As we go to break, we will leave you with more of the music from Partners in Praise. They perform next week in Europe, and we wish them the best.
Teams in the North Hennepin League of American Legion Baseball will get a break in play next week with the 4th of July holiday. Two local teams are hoping to end June with a win as Maple Grove Post 172 hosted Westfall Armstrong. Bottom of the first inning, Maple Grove's Jeremy Kleck lifts a fly ball to center field. A catch is made, but it's hit deep enough to score Brady Hubbard with the first run of the game. Maple Grove pitcher Ethan Dexheimer keeps Armstrong's bats quiet. He gets a strikeout to end the second inning here, one of 9 Ks for him in the game. Armstrong pitcher Zach Myers keeping it close early. Gets a strikeout in the 4th inning, and it remains 1-0. But later in the 4th, Justin House at the plate. He lines a single to right center field. Dan Markson scores, and it's 2-0 Maple Grove through 4 innings. Maple Grove adds 3 more runs in the 6th. Frank Volker is grounding a single to left. This one scores Hubbard and Kleck to put Maple Grove ahead 5-0. And that is plenty of run support for Dexheimer, who throws a complete game shutout, allowing just 1 hit as Maple Grove blanks Armstrong 5-0. 7-on-7 passing leagues have become a staple of off-season workouts for local high school football teams. Osseo has hosted a passing league for several years now. Jason Malillo caught up with a few local players and coaches there. Here's his report.
It's certainly not live football, but passing leagues still provide learning opportunities for young players.
This is kind of like a laboratory experiment, and you're gonna blow up some test tubes and you're gonna do some things wrong. But every time you do it, every time you take a rep, you're going to learn from it and get better.
Beyond X's and O's, passing leagues help teammates get to know each other and hopefully start building a bond that continues into the fall.
Definitely that brotherhood kind of bond is definitely good, especially trying to trust your teammates, that they'll do their job and you can do your job and have a good season, you know.
Ultimately, on Friday nights, they're playing next to each other. We can't be on the field with them. So this provides a great opportunity to see who stands up as leaders and let the guys get together and spend some time and have some fun, where it's not the end of the world. We got a long summer ahead of us still. Find out some areas that we need to work on some things. And like I said, just really compete and have some fun.
Aside from the host Orioles, local squads at the Osseo Passing Camp include Park Center, Maple Grove, and Providence Academy. The Lions were undefeated in the regular season last year, but they'll have a lot of holes to fill for the 2019 campaign. And these 7-on-7 games can provide an opportunity to start that process.
Get our little stuff out, communication, especially this year we got a young team. So it's just about them learning about the new plays and just learning new concepts and stuff and playing faster.
I told the kids we're not any less talented than we were, we're just a lot more inexperienced. We graduated 16 starters. So the only way to get experience is to do it. So this is invaluable because this is still experience reps.
The Osseo Passing League runs through July. After that, it's a couple of weeks off, and then a new season begins. Jason Malillo, CCX Sports.
The league is Monday nights at Osseo and resumes July 8th after the mandatory week off for all high school activities next week. That's all for sports. Shannon, back to you.
All right, thanks, John. A classic car show at a Golden Valley Assisted Living Center brought back some memories for at least one of the residents.
First car I ever drove back in Oak Park, Illinois.
And that first car was a Model A Ford, one of many that showed up over the lunch hour on a steamy Friday afternoon. Even Crystal's classic fire truck got in on the action. Fords, Caddies, and even a DeSoto and a couple of Jags were on display. And then this rolled up and stole the show. That's a 1929 Cord L29 Cabriolet, and it's a piece of history. The L29 was the first front-wheel drive American car. It sold for just over $3,000 new, but today, well, there's one on sale right now for just under $200,000.
I've never seen a car so nice myself. I went to the car show last weekend, at the state fairgrounds, and I still didn't see anything that nice.